Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin.
And this week we're talking about the episode Tough Love. Because we needed a cheery episode.
Yeah. No, there's nothing cheery in this episode.
No, not particularly. Anyway, so this episode originally aired May 1st, 2001, attracting 4.6 million viewers.
Oh, those poor viewers.
Alrighty. So, in this episode, we start following recent events. Buffy has decided to drop out of college, notifying one of her professors about the decision. Although she regrets it, she feels that she has more important priorities at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Ben
finds himself fired from his job at the hospital because Glory has been monopolizing the human form they share, and he's been away from his job for 2 weeks. Glory takes a bath while she demands that her blindfolded minions tell her everything they know about the key. Buffy and Dawn are called into Dawn's principal's office, where Dawn's poor grades are discussed, as well as the fact that Dawn has been skipping school since their mother's death. At the Magic Box, Anya talks about patriotism and how money ties into that. I'm gonna go make those fogies buy something.
Somebody really needs to be sure that they watch her before she starts learning some other things.
It's so good. Buffy seeks Giles' advice about being Dawn's mother figure, then takes her sister home, attempting an authoritative role with Dawn. Glory's minions provide her with enough information to conclude that the key, to conclude who the key is, and Glory leads the way to gather it. Tara and Willow discuss the relationship and Willow's powers as a witch, but the discussion ends up angering Willow when Tara says, "It frightens me how powerful you are becoming." And then Willow accuses Tara of fearing that Willow's lesbianism is just an experimental phase. Buffy talks with Dawn about how Dawn's situation needs to improve in school, or Buffy could possibly lose guardianship of Dawn. Depressed over her first major fight with Willow, Tara goes to the cultural fair, but finds herself sitting next to Glory on a park bench.
Yeah, out of most things, that's not the best thing.
Giles finds one of Glory's minions at the shop and questions him about Glory's plans, and the minion reveals that as Tara is the newest member of the group, Glory believes that she is the key. Willow goes after Tara, who is in Glory's grasp, but can't get to Tara before it's too late. Glory discovers that Tara isn't the key, and offers to let her go if she reveals the key's identity. Protecting Dawn, Tara refuses, and Glory drains Tara's mind of sanity. Because happy times are coming. At the hospital, doctors look after Tara while Willow plans her vengeance against the evil goddess, Glory. Buffy arranges for Dawn to be kept safe by Spike in some underground caves while she takes care of the issues involving Tara. Buffy seemingly manages to convince Willow to abandon her revenge plans, telling her that attacking Glory will be potentially suicidal. But Willow goes to the magic shop to gather dangerous magic supplies in preparation for her attack on Glory.
Don't worry, I told her that the whole thing would be suicidal and she was okay with it.
Yes, you're told a powerful witch to not do that because you talk to her. That'll work.
Hey, I'd do it. If she killed somebody I loved, I'd do it.
Back at the cave, Spike is heavily bruised and limping from his torture by Glory, and talks to Dawn about what has happened. Dawn tearfully blames herself for all of the harm that Glory has caused to the citizens of Sunnydale, particularly Tara and Spike, and she believes herself to be evil and a lightning rod for pain. While Spike tries to comfort her and convince her otherwise. Spike's actually not a total dick here.
My dear goodness, what are the fans going to think?
Buffy soon accompanies her, believing that she has managed to convince Willow not to attack Glory. However, skeptical Spike tells her that an angered witch, especially one as powerful as Willow, is not easily reasoned with, and that he would have done the same thing if Glory had done that to someone he loved. Dawn then asks Buffy what she would have done if Dawn had been the one getting drained. Buffy realizes that the two are right and Willow's going after Glory, and quickly leaves the shop, quickly leaves to stop her friend from being killed by the Hell Goddess. At Glory's apartment, as the Hell Goddess makes plans to rip through Buffy's friends until she finds the key, Will makes an unexpected but grand appearance. She comes in floating and it's really cool.
Did someone order an apocalypse?
And start throwing knives with telekinesis?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much
Yeah.
telekinesis. Oh, is that your little bag of tricks? No, knives.
You'll also notice that Willow has black eyes.
She
Indeed.
does, bringing back the magic motif.
Keep that in mind.
I'm keeping it in mind.
It's going to be important in the future.
I'm sure it will, at this point.
Mm.
It seemed unsettling.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, it was crazy when that last one witch did it.
Okay. Casting spells wildly, all in attempts to attack and destroy Glory. Although she causes Glory some pain, something no one else, not even Buffy, has been able to do, she is quickly defeated. Even at Glory's mercy, Willow cannot resist spitting right in the goddess's face in a show of pure spite, which leads her to nearly being killed. Luckily, Buffy shows up in time to stop it. Buffy and Glory battle ferociously until one of Willow's force fields allows Willow and Buffy to escape as Glory swears vengeance. The next day, Willow, Tara, Buffy, and Dawn eat with Willow and Dawn spoon-feeding applesauce to Tara. While discussing the responsibilities that Willow and Buffy now have, I can talk, now have to their girls. Glory makes a surprise appearance, tearing out an entire wall, ready to make Willow pay for attacking her. Her thoughts of revenge are quickly forgotten, however, when Tara, distressed, unwittingly reveals that Dawn is the key.
Well, shoot.
So that is tough love. Yeah, so it's a fun episode.
Fun.
So Tara is basically useless for the rest of the season now, because she has no mental capacity.
Sadness.
Yeah.
So they're down a witch.
Sadness.
Yeah.
And Willow is very upset.
Yeah, and Willow's a very upset, angry witch.
Yes, a very upset, powerful, angry witch.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So, what did you guys think of this episode?
Definitely not all the happy ray sunshine, but it was interesting with the couple of points that I decided to bring up, with Tara bringing up concerns with how Willow has kind of been doing things. Because in most cases it's been, Willow, happy sidekick, helps out with a little bit of the spells. And now it's kind of cases, oh hey, I teleported a god.
Yeah, and she can, like, throw knives and do the electrical thing.
All them barriers do.
Makes me wonder why they didn't
She's basically the Emperor from Star Wars.
Makes me wonder why they didn't try to just teleport her to another dimension in the first place.
I think that might have been a little bit too strong for her. She kind of had the
But they did for the
nosebleediness.
one guy with the hammer.
Yeah, but there would be, like, a difference in the amount of power it would take to transport, like, a troll as opposed to a literal god.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
That would be, like, that would be the way you'd write around it. Like, it, depending on the magical power of the entity you're moving, it takes more...
Yeah.
And then, of course, the thought process during the argument that Tara and Willow were having, just like, it's frightening with your powers. Like, what do you mean by frightening and whatnot? But it's amazing, but still. And then just, It's healthy, but still,
Yes, so this episode is most notable for Willow's first blatantly violent, dark use of magic for personal reasons.
Very true.
Something that will come up again next season.
Yes.
Yes.
And also, congratulations, Willow, for most likely being the second person to go up into the restricted section. For selfish purposes.
And was Glory or Ben, like, in town for the last, like, couple of weeks? Or were they just trying to get back to Sunnydale?
I don't think it ever specifies.
No, I think it was mostly a case of we haven't seen Ben for a while from previous episodes, so it's mostly been a case of Glory's been gallivanting around in the body for most of the time.
Yeah.
I like how that was one of the reasons, like, one of the excuses that the other guys made up.
Yeah. It's quite good.
Indeed. But I do have a demon in me, a god that's taken over my body. Whatever. Fuck it.
I'm very sorry, Doctor, but that's a very specific reason for supposedly explaining why I was gone for 2 weeks.
Alrighty, so let's get into some international titles.
Oh boy.
In French, it is Black Magic.
Black Magic.
And in German, the Germans know how to title an episode.
Okay.
Twilight of the Gods.
Yeah.
So for music, it is Thomas Wanker with the original score. There's no licensed music in this episode.
Nothing fancy.
So, do either of you have any questions about where we might be headed in the next few episodes, or, next season and beyond?
Oh boy, things are just going to get crazy. Glory knows, she a god. Buffy probably just freaking out crazy. Just, stuff is just going to be crazy, nutso. And with supposedly how many episodes we have left in this season, who knows how supposedly long or supposedly crazy things are going to get.
So there's only 3 episodes left.
Yeah, we're pretty much at the end of the season.
Well, it's a question of, is the end of arcness? Is things going to get super crazy? Or are things going to kind of try to pace themselves enough that supposedly things are going to be alright, but it's going to be one heck of a battle?
Is going to, the Glory herself is going to...
Yes, Glory will be dealt with by the end of the season.
Yeah, because she's the big bad, and usually the big bad's dealt with by the end of the season. Usually.
Yeah, they don't tend to bring big bads back, for the next season. With a few exceptions, technically, Spike was sort of a big bad.
And Angel was a big bad at one point.
Not in Buffy.
No,
well, he wasn't, he kind of
as
was.
As Angelus, basically.
But he wasn't introduced as Angelus.
Yeah, I know.
He came in like that, yeah.
I guess a bit more of a plot point that, oh man, he's become evil again.
Yeah, we're not getting the evil Angelus back, I don't think, but I have no idea.
Depending on what they do in Angel.
Well, you would get it in Angel, but we're not going to get it in Buffy.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so if neither of you have any questions, let's talk about what we're going to be talking about next week. A little episode called Spiral.
Well, that's fairly apt.
Because we had so much happiness in this, we're going to start spiraling down.
Yeah, spiraling. Yeah, spiraling out of control.
Alrighty, so in this episode, Glory now knows that Dawn is the key. Buffy, Willow, Xander, Giles, Dawn, Anya, Tara, and Spike flee from Sunnydale, only to run afoul of the Knights of Byzantine.
Oh, jeez, these guys again?
Yes, they're back. Better than ever. Got a knack for making... No? Okay.
Yeah, no.
You don't even know what I was referencing.
Not very much. Supposedly it was a musical aptness to supposedly relate to this, but still, just no.
No, I was referencing it. Never mind. It was Eric Bischoff's entrance music in WWE.
Well, that's why we wouldn't know it much.
Anyway, so that will be a delight to talk about. I'm sure there will be tons of unicorns and happiness in that episode. We haven't had a unicorn yet.
No unicorns? Are
No.
there going to be?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
Out of all the mythical creatures, Buffy writers, you have to leave unicorns out?
I don't remember unicorn, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be one in some weird dream sequence or something.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe they did in the comics. I don't know. I haven't read all the comics.
Let's move on.
Anyway, that'll be it for this week. Until next week, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin.